Let's get it, YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. Uh, I just officially have joined the Big Back Club. Man, not a cute club. But anyway, good morning. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Appreciate it. We got new content coming, traveling going on. The channel will soon be changing. So it's going to get better and better and better. But today, this is a pretty serious topic. Um, Really, I want people to know, check on your people, call them, find out how they feeling. Uh, if their behavior starts to turn strange, even if they don't want your help, get them some help because things can happen. And I mean, things can really happen. So I'm going to tell you guys about a story about why I say this, because this is very, very, very important uh, for you yourself, family members, friends, associates, whatever. So one day I had a landlord, and me and the landlord cool as a fan. We cool, no problems. He had a two-family flat. I rented the upstairs. I didn't have a bunch of company coming through. Didn't have parties. Maybe had a little few barbecues, but everybody was outside. I even had a friend down the street. They let everybody use their bathroom, 'cause she was invited to the party too. And that was Shay. Yeah, I wondered where my girl at right now and the kids. But anyway, back to the story. So, me and him had a good relationship. Every day he would sit on the porch. He had a little dog. They had been together so long, him and the dog Muffy started looking like each other and everything. But overall, he was a decent guy. And I'm talking about just a very decent guy. He was an older gentleman. He wasn't never disrespectful. You know, uh, he was protective, and all that. So we always had good philosophical conversations because he was an intelligent guy. He played the lottery every day, played probably about 150 every day. So I told him, I said, dude, you spending too much money and not getting enough return. He said, well, what are you talking about? I said, you play all these different numbers and only one number can come out per day. I said, pick you a 4 digit, put your $5 on it, uh, straight, and put your $5 box because you already spending 150, and see how that work out. So he did it for probably about a couple weeks. So one day I come home from work, he's sitting on the porch, he all happy and stuff. I'm like, what's up, what's up? Because that's how we used to greet each other, like, what up, what's going on? How's your day been going? Right? So he said, girl, you ain't gonna believe this. I said, what? He said, I hit for 25 grand. He said, I did the method that you told me, and I hit. So he gave me $700, and he gave me a month's uh, free rent for a month. Oh my God, I was happy. Oh yeah, that weekend I went out, baby, because I was good. So a little time passes by. He done, cause he was like he liked a nice car. He liked a nice car. He had a nice house. And so time goes on. Me and him still don't have no problems. The next month my rent was free, so then the following month after that I paid my rent on time as usual, and we were good. So I'm gonna say another couple weeks go by after I pay my rent. So I come home one day from work. I'm tired. I come home from work, so I'm coming in the door because we did have the same entranceway. So he starts cussing me out. I'm talking about cussing me out. I'm like, what's going on, dude? I said, what did I do? When I tell you that he went in on me, So I asked him a question. I said, "Is you okay?" I said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Do I need to take you to the doctor or something?" I said, "Because you have never disrespected me. I've never disrespected you." I said, "And this to me seems pretty strange." So he just kept cussing at me. Oh my God. I was like, "Hey." So after a while, I had to shut it down. And I told him, I said, "Check this out, dog. I don't know what's going on with you, but you're gonna have to cease and desist with that cussing me out because I haven't done anything to you. We haven't done anything to each other. We've never had an argument. We haven't had a disagreement. We have been just getting along just fine." So I went on upstairs and I was like, wow, I was like, this is something strange. What's going on with him, right? So now the kicker to the story is I knew his daughter before I knew him, probably about 10 years before I knew him. Never knew that was her dad or anything. And one day she just happened to come over and visit her dad, and she sees me and she was like, "Dad, I know her." And he, and he was like, "You do?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's Val. I've been knowing her for years, right?" Even knew his girlfriend before I knew him. And so everybody was cool. So I think I called her and I said, "Hey, I'm about to move because your dad is over here tripping." I said, "And that's not like him." I said, I knew you before I knew your dad. Didn't even know y'all was kin, but me and him was cool as heck. So I'm not getting this." So she was like, I said, "I think you need to take him to the doctor." I said, "Seriously." I said, "Because I think that that's a sign that when people are exhibiting behaviors and strange behaviors that they never exhibited before, I'm thinking, possibly kind of knowing something ain't right." So she said, "Okay, Val." I said, "But in the meantime, I'm moving." I said, "Because I don't know what his behavior can bring. And I'm really not trying to go through that." So she says, "Okay." So I moved. I think it took me probably about 2 weeks. Found another spot. I moved and everything. So I think I probably was there like 2 weeks. And she called me. She said, "Val," she said, "you ain't gonna believe this." I said, "What?" She said, "My dad died." I said, "Your dad died?" She said, "Yeah." So I said, "Well, keep me posted on and what they say about in the autopsy." I said, "Because I knew he had high blood pressure. I think he had sugar. He had a couple of things. And so I was like, keep me posted." So another couple weeks go by, and she called me and she said, "Yeah, they found something wrong with his brain or something. Maybe he had a tumor or something on the brain, and it was pressing on certain parts that handle behavior or whatever." And I was like, "Girl, that is so sad." So, so I'm telling you guys this story because I even went through another thing like that with somebody that I had never had an argument with, and he went to tripping, and and unfortunately, you know, something was wrong with him, and he did pass. So I'm saying this to tell people, check on your people because we don't know if some people are not going to say they're ill or whatever because they don't want the pity, they don't want the phone calls all the time because that can get on your nerves. I've been through it trying to recover from different things, and some you just want to get better. Really, you really just want to get better. So I understand that, but if you see somebody's exhibiting behaviors and saying things and doing different things that they don't normally do because it's just sometimes it could be a sign that there's a very serious illness there and that they need to be checked out thoroughly. So YouTube, I'm getting off of here, but like, comment, subscribe, share. Yes, good things are coming to this channel. I had 2 meetings yesterday, and so we're gonna move this baby. We are going to move this channel, and we're gonna be hitting on all types of topics. We're gonna be seeing all kind of people. We about to do what it do, cause it's been a slow road. I appreciate you guys, the ones that tune in regularly, just to hear my stories. And I try to teach a couple lessons here and there with it. But they just basically my life experiences, and maybe, hey, you can take some of this stuff that I bring to you guys and use it in your life. And hey, on this particular topic, maybe you can save somebody's life. Hey, have a good day, YouTube. I appreciate y'all. Peace.